Hi everyone, this is Sara from Hodos Training, and today I'm recording this video for John at Crescente Management Center. So today's video is about making a great first impression with your customer. It is very important to build rapport with your customers, to make sure that you have a long-lasting relationship with your customers, and to make sales as well. Your approach and behavior will influence the customer's decision to come and buy from you or to come back and do business again with you in the future. If customers like you and they think you're great, they will come back and will be repeat customers of your hotel, of your shop, of your beauty salon. So when you meet somebody for the first time, you have under a minute to make a great first impression. And if somebody doesn't really like you when they're meeting you for the first time, it will be very hard and very difficult to make them change their mind and to change the opinion that they have of you later on. So you have just one shot to get this right. So in this video, I will give you my top tips, plus a bonus tip to help you make a great first impression with your customers. And the first one is your appearance. Your appearance shows your customers how much you respect them and how much you respect the place where you work. So to make sure that your customers feel respected when they meet you, you need to be well presented. This means that your hair needs to look combed and neat, that your uniform, if you have a uniform where you work, needs to be clean, needs to be ironed. You need to make sure that you have clean fingernails, for instance. These are all signs of good hygiene, and again, this will show your customers how much you respect them. Follow the grooming standard of your workplace if there is one, and make sure that you don't wear excessive jewelry if you're a lady, or too much perfume. It needs to be pleasant to the customer, so make sure that nothing draws too much attention on you, making sure you're not giving any chance to the customer to dislike you based on your appearance. Of course, you have to be natural, be yourself. Just make sure that your appearance is spot on. So tip number 2 is eye contact. Making eye contact with your customers is very important. It shows that you're truly listening and paying attention to what they're saying. Eye contact is a sign of respect. It's great to create a bond with your customers. If you look away while talking to your customers, you may miss some cues about their body language. So when you're doing eye contact, you also show that you're confident, confident about your job, confident about what you're telling them. So if it's so easy to make eye contact, why it's not always done? As a customer service agent, you might be busy. There may be some other customers waiting in line to be served, and maybe you don't want to delay the service. So you try and help every customer in the shortest time possible. And you do that maybe serving them while you type on your computer to save some time. I remember going to an old English pub here in East London during an evening with my friends. And when we arrived, I remember that the pub was so busy that when we went to the bar to order, the bartender, he greeted us very quickly, but he didn't even look at us while he was taking the order. He was turned all the time while he was typing in our drink order. So we were basically looking at his back the entire time. And this resulted in a very poor experience for us. And there was nothing that made that experience great or not even good, because we were not looking forward to go back to that pub, or we didn't even want to recommend that pub to our friends based on our experience. And that's not what you want with your customers. You want to make every moment of that interaction great, or as good as possible given the circumstances. So next time when interacting with your customers, try not to look at the computer while you talk to them. And if there is something that you need to read to your customer, try to read it silently first and then say it back to your customers, or try to read it in short sentences while occasionally making eye contact so you can spend as much time possible engaging. So tip number 3 is smile. Greet your customers with a warm and genuine smile. So smiling when you greet a customer will make your customers feel welcomed, feel that their business is welcome. And a nice and genuine smile, it's so powerful and great to create a great first impression. A genuine smile has become so important, especially nowadays. If you're still wearing a mask at work, customers will find difficult to see you smiling because they can see your smile behind the mask. So you really need to focus on engaging your entire face when you smile, especially your eyes, because that's all that your customers will see when you're wearing a mask. So before the pandemic, faking a smile was so much easier because you just had to move your mouth a little bit and pretend you were smiling. The customer can notice if a smile is genuine, but now with the masks, if you don't really smile with your eyes, if the customers don't see those little creases next to your eyes, they don't know that you are smiling to them. So don't pretend that you're just smiling. Customers will notice if your face, if your eyes are not engaged. And a little thing that can help your smile be genuine is feel happy whenever you see customers. Feel happy when customers are coming in. Even if it's a busy day, think about every interaction with a customer as a positive experience, and that will make you smile in a more genuine way. So these are my top 3 tips for you to make a great first impression with your customers. But I have a bonus tip today, and that bonus tip is to pay attention to your customers. What does it mean, paying attention? It means truly listening to what the customers are saying. It means that you're not talking and you're there to understand what the customer is telling you. By truly listening, you are taking customer service to another level, because paying attention can help you finding occasions to deliver a better service, to amaze your customers, that wow effect. So I remember it was a couple of years ago, I organized a surprise for my boyfriend's birthday. We went to a very nice Indian restaurant, and I asked the restaurant staff if we could have dinner really early because we had to go to a theater later on, and they agreed to that. We had a pre-theater menu. But when we arrived to the restaurant, the waiter, and it was the same person that took the reservation with me over the phone, and he asked us, "So, what theater show are you going to watch after dinner?" And my face was just, the surprise was ruined. So I wish he'd listened more when I told him that this was all a surprise. So you must really pay attention when your customers are talking, so that you can avoid those kind of mistakes like that waiter did that evening. Or you might spot the opportunity to really wow them, go the extra mile, and go beyond their expectations. So there we are, guys. These are my top tips, plus a bonus tip on how to make a great first impression with your customers. And I hope these tips were useful, and I hope to see you in the next video.